5,000 public sector accountants have received training to implement accounting standards that will check wastage and misreporting of financial statements. Treasury says most government entities are already enjoying transparency, visibility, accuracy and efficient pending bills reporting following the adoption of the new accounting standards.
Currently, some entities within the national and county governments operate on cash basis accounting that recognizes revenues and expenses at the time cash is received or paid out. The National Treasury says this framework is limited as it does not account for government assets and liabilities, which are key to sound decision making.
Up to now, we do not have a complete picture of how much in totality that the government units have own.
As it is, state and county commissions are still adopting International Public Sector Accounting Standards, IPSAS, which are a set of accounting standards for use by public sector entities around the world in the preparation of financial statements. However, Kenya missed the July 21st, 2021 implementation deadline, with the Public Sector Accounting Standards Board now in consultations for a new transition date. This even as National Treasury requests 18 months to reconfigure the Integrated Financial Management System, IFMIS, for the change.
IFMIS is of course a software, and softwares require to be upgraded from time to time in order for them to accommodate new types of platforms of information sharing. As you know, the government has been operating on a cash basis of accounting, and therefore for them to facilitate or to accommodate accrue accounting, there are certain configurations that need to be undertaken in the information management information systems of the government.
Speaking at a consultative forum on transition to accrual accounting, it also emerged that pending bills were one of the biggest challenges when it comes to recording identification of assets and liabilities in government.
How the government, especially because of the transition from the old regimes to the new regime, some of the assets in between, up to now, the IGRTC is still struggling to be able to trace them.
In terms of identifying and clustering and recording of the assets and liabilities, we have a policy enacted which was signed off by the Cabinet Secretary for the National Treasury way back in 2020 for effective use from 1st of July 2020 to guide in terms of identification of assets and liabilities and report on them.
The National Treasury now says that a phased approach has been adopted by the public sector with a target set within 5 years to fully achieve the reforming of the accounting standards.
Using accrual basis of accounting means that we no longer need to use memos for forwarding transactions that relate to pending bills, and instead we'll put them in as liabilities in financial statements. Alan Auko, Prime Edition.